Hi guys, Virginia here and I'm back with another 12 by 12 process video for today, and this one's using the September Kitaholic Kits. Now this is a bit of an extra process video for you. There'll probably be a few more as well. Some of the design team and I have decided we are going to have a little friendly competition to see who can kill their September kits. Now I think I'm slightly at a bit of a disadvantage because I have all of the kits, but we'll see how we go. I am trying my hardest, but they are endless. Jam-packed full of gorgeous stuff this month, and so there are a bunch of hearts in the kit, and I decided I would focus this layout on the hearts. So I've grabbed a variety of heart punches that I have in my stash, and I've kind of punched a whole lot from some of the pattern papers, and I'm just going to pretty much layer them on top of each other. So 3 hearts, I've got a large one, medium and a small one, and I'm just pretty much stacking them in a way that they look nice together. Pretty simple to do. I have, by the way, that bit of cardstock in the background pre-gessoed it because I was going to use some of the distress oxides from the mixed media kit on my background. So there we go, they're all layered. I'm going to glue those 3 layers together, just a small little bit of glue in the center, and basically stack them on top of each other. So in the end, I'm not... Here's my pause. I'm not too sure whether I am in love with this layout in the end. I'm not so much a fan of mixed media. I try. Boy, do I try. It doesn't always work out for me. Now, that's not to say that I don't appreciate or like other people's layouts that have mixed media. Some people can create beautiful ones. I, on the other hand, I don't think it's my style. Neither is white cardstock. I've really grown out of a white cardstock background and really enjoyed using pattern paper background. So I think a combination of the both that I'm not too sure about is probably what's throwing my decision of whether I like this kit or not, the page or not, but it's growing on me anyway. After all of that, you can see that I have stitched through the centre of all of them and just bent up the sides of the heart so that there's a bit of dimension. So I'm going to get cracking on my mixed media background, and I've got the 2 distress oxides from the mixed media kit, which is tumble glass and spun sugar. They're really nice light colours, but I wanted to bring in a bit of darker colour, so I've grabbed from my stash distress oxide and faded jeans. And that's the first one that I'm doing here. Just putting a big blob of that in the centre. And then I brought in some shaded lilac because there's some touches of purple throughout this kit in the Willow Lane collection. So I'm just adding a little bit of that. Here comes the spun sugar from this month's kit. And I'm just using a bit of water. I could not find my little mini mister to save myself today, and I only had a jar of kind of dirty water. Tip number 1 when you're doing mixed media, don't use dirty water. Get some clean water. I did contemplate to the right hand side, I actually had a glass of water and I was going to use that, but I decided I would rather drink it than use it for my background, so I stuck to the dirty water. Okay, I've used a bit of worn lipstick. It's that darker shade of pink. It's slightly muted, so it goes nice as well. And here is the tumbled glass. Just adding that onto the page. Just some various shades of each. And a bit more spun sugar. Just adding that in. And I'm going to add a little bit of this peacock feathers as well, just bring in some touches of green. I'm not going to use the packaging for this, I'm just going to spread it around with my brush and a few splatters. And then I decided I wanted to bring in some yellow as well, so I bring in, I think it's mustard seed, no, it's fossilized amber. I bring a bit of that in the distress oxide as well. I think that's where I've gone hunting for it, yes. So I just bring in a few little touches of that, just to bring in some of the yellow onto the page. Clean that up. And a bit more of the faded jeans. I'm going to add some splatters And back with the warm lipstick, some splatters of that as well onto the page. Clean off my brushes. And I'm going to add some gold high top colour shine, some big old blobs of it, so that it kind of blends in with what is wet on the background still. And some smaller splatters. Tiny up my mess a little bit. And you can see my jelly beans. It's having a good little munch on some jelly beans. Gosh, they're good, aren't they? Anyway. Radio. I'm going to put that aside to dry a little, and I'm going to back my photo. The photo is of my grandparents, my mum's parents. So it's my nanny, my granddad, and Edison. A lovely little photo of them. I haven't been able to see them lately because they're in Hawke's Bay with the rest of my family. So I am trying my hardest to get through to go and see them. They've just recently, my grandfather's moved into a rest home. My grandmother had an operation, or my nanny, but now she's moving into the home with him as well, which is good. It's a good thing. I'm not sad about it because they need the support, and it's peace of mind, I think, for everyone that we know that they're safe. If anything happens, they've got care there to look after them. And it takes the pressure off Nanny as well, because Granddad's not as mobile, and their house, they only had a fire, so yeah, it's... although we're coming into spring now, but yeah, it's a lot of relief, I guess, and I think they'll be a lot happier there, and they'll have a bit of freedom to not have to worry about maintaining a home anymore. A lot of it will be done for them. So, rightio. Now my background, I'm just kind of adding those hearts back onto the layout, kind of in the shape of that mixed media background. And another thing that really drives me nuts with mixed media is the paper buckles. Regardless of what you do, it's gonna buckle to some degree, and so I'm going to mount it on some white cardstock. It kind of fixes it, but not too much, but it stops it from curling up too badly. Okay, I'm going to pop two layers of adhesive foam behind that photo, and stick it down on the page, put some glue as well, and just pop it in the centre. Okay, so I'm going to go and place all those hearts back on the page, just a line of glue, pretty simple. Just popping them in place. Just filling in some of those mixed media lines. I don't want to be able to see all of it. Okay, so there we go. They're all glued down now. Pretty simple process. I did think about fussy cutting some of these hearts off on the pen paper. I cut out two and put them on the page, but decided that I didn't like them, so they do get taken off shortly. I wanted to bring some gold in, so I've got another one of these Dear Lizzie hearts stickers, and I've stuck that on some cardstock, and I'm just going to punch a few heart shapes out of that. Just do that quickly in a couple of sizes. Just punching away. It's a pretty simple layout. Great way to use up scraps. Okay, so there goes those fussy cut hearts. I'm going to add a few of my excess hearts that I've punched out. I'm just going to pop this one up on adhesive foam, and I'm just kind of alternating between flat on the page and some with foam, just to bring a bit of dimension and interest amongst that giant cluster. Just adding in some more punched hearts. Just gluing, putting foam on. Just trying to get a really even a dispersal of colour amongst those hearts. Just continuing with the hearts. Maybe I should put some music on. Never mind, I think I'm just about done with these punched hearts. and then I'll move on and start going through some of the hearts on all of the sticker sheets. There are a ton of hearts in this kit and in the Willow Lane collection. Another one. This is one of those foiled punched ones. And I've got a bunch of doodle over my desk. Excuse the packaging noise. Just realised, I think maybe the cat's been in here. She's good at that. Climbing all over things with her dirty paws. Never mind. Okay, just continuing to add little punched out hearts. I'm pretty much using all of the ones that I've punched. May as well not waste them. And the little ones are great for kind of scattering around. Okay, so now I'm going into the sticker sheet from Willow Lane, pulling out some of those hearts and scattering them around. And I found this little circular kind of what do you call those things? It's like a rosette kind of thing with a banner on it. I cut the little banner off and tucked that under the photo layers just to bring a pop of colour, bit of interest, something that wasn't a heart to go on the layout. And I'm going through these stickers. Had some hearts. I had to add a few black ones because I'd added a black pattern one at the top right of the photo of the sticker sheet, so I wanted to add some more black. Just continuing, adding colour around each of those sections. Some of the foam stickers, we've got gold glitter hearts in there, so I'm going to tuck them around the place. As well, just adding them into the open spots. The top. And some more, a few more. There are a lot of hearts in this kit. Okay. A little sentiment at the top. And on the photo that says, I think it says love you so. And I'm going to pull off a few puffy hearts as well, some of the larger ones. Just to add some more colour and to use some of those hearts. And a little phrase that says I heart you, that goes perfectly with this page, so I've just stuck that up there. And I'm going to go through a few of the clear stickers, so I'm going to add a thankful for you, I think it is on the photo, love you, and I think I add together at the top, yeah, and that's going to be my title, just in that nice little spot up there. I'm going to cut apart the XOXOXO and just scatter 3 of them around the page, just to bring some more pops of black and white. And I'm going to go ahead and glue down these last little tiny foiled gold hearts. And then I think that's pretty much it for my layout. I hope you enjoyed the process and my rambling. But until next time, bye guys.